Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Mark Castle podcast. This is Mark Castle. Welcome to today's episode. Today, I'm just going to talk about something incredibly simple. Yesterday, I talked about struggle, and there probably is an ongoing theme going to occur out of this particular series of videos slash podcast. And I decided that the best thing to talk about today, this is a Sunday, by the way, and it's always good to take some time to chill and to reflect and not do a whole lot of work. At least one Sabbath a week, and preferably more. However, this is Sunday, and interestingly enough, I'm actually doing a lot of work today. So there you go. We're a work in progress. But when I talked about struggle yesterday, it takes a lot to get from out of struggle into more of a flow of life. And so I was thinking about this afternoon, what would be a good starting point? What would be a good starting point to start to let go of the struggle, or the willingness to be willing to let go of the struggle? And the thing that got me going, the thing that I thought about the most, God, I have an itch. Anyways, the thing I thought about the most is happy to be alive. What is that feeling like? Can I get to a space where I just stop for a moment, just a brief moment, and just say, I'm happy to be here. I'm actually happy to be here and to be doing this deal. There's so much power in making that statement. Stopping, closing your eyes, and just thinking about and feeling some happiness about being here, alive, on the planet. So if one does that, there's the start of the release of struggle. That's a good start for the release of struggle. And as I continue to do these talks, I'll expand on that. But just think, when I stop for a moment and just ask a simple question, am I actually happy to be alive? Or what is the feeling of happiness to be alive? Just getting inside myself and going there, even for a moment, it switches the energy. It switches the energy. It stops the ego from talking. It stops the ego from talking for just a moment. The ego is the thing that one must appease. And I know that people don't like words like that. However, I don't want to use the word fight. This isn't a fight. This is about just letting the ego be okay and to relax it just for a second. Because you see, all of the struggle is all ego. It's all ego. So if I can just stop for a second and just say to myself, closing my eyes and saying, I'm happy. I'm actually happy to be here. What a powerful thing to feel. I mean, I stopped for just a second in this video / podcast and took a breath and closed my eyes and felt happy. Felt happy to be alive. And in that moment, in that brief, ever so brief moment, my ego stopped talking. My ego stopped telling me all the things that I'm doing wrong. So I would postulate, and it is also my experience, that the more I do that, the more that I connect in through meditation, through stopping, through pausing, through being of service to others, the more that cord that the ego is trying to constantly remind me of how bad, wrong, and stupid I am, that cord starts to go away. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. So do that. I strongly suggest just doing that. You know, if you're starting out and you're really struggling, and a lot of people will say, oh, including myself, will say, oh, just meditate for a few hours. Oh, well, no, thank you. Now, I do meditate for a few hours, but it took me a long time to get there, and my mind's still quite busy when I do it. However, I can stop for a moment and say, oh, I'm happy to be alive. Thanks.